Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we find ourselves barricaded back on Fortress with Mr. Yo playing as the Mongols in blue and Hera playing as the Byzantines in red. Now all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to go up to Feudal and most likely Castle Age as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the Civ matchup and the map that we'll be watching today. And the Mongols, we've seen them recently, an incredibly fast cavalry-centric civilization. Their scout cav line units come with extra line of sight. Their cav archers fire faster. Their light cav hussars and steppe lancers all come with 30% more HP. And their unique unit, the Mangudai, is a fast-firing, quick cavalry archer unit with an attack bonus against siege. Now, this must be a fortress thing because I'm seeing both players using their scouts to herd, or rather not herd, but try to lure their boars. I wonder if that is, oh, look at that. Hera's scout also took damage because, of course, and also healing up in the castle as we saw in the previous fortress game yesterday. Now, to continue on with the Mongols, to keep up with their incredibly fast cavalry-centric civilization on the field of battle, they can upgrade their siege units to move a massive 50% faster. Now, to support their military endeavors out on the map, Mongol hunters do work faster, and their houses can actually be upgraded so that they do not lose population space if they ever get deleted, demolished, or otherwise destroyed. Look at this. Look at this. Let's see it. The scout took a bit of initial damage, but survives with 12 HP. Let's pivot to the south. Where is Hera's scout? He's got 14 HP, so both players incredibly similar tactics and incredibly similar experiences. And speaking of Hera, let's take a look at the Byzantines, a civilization designed to take a beating. Not only do their structures come with more HP automatically, all the way up to 40% more HP in Imperial, their bombard towers can be upgraded to do splash damage. They do get Town Watch, Town Patrol for free, so they will automatically see enemies coming from a mile away. Their monks heal their units twice as fast, and they can slow down enemy advances by clogging up the works with so-called trash units, because their skirmishers, their spearman line, and their camel rider unit lines are all 25% cheaper. Now, their unique unit is the Cataphract, a heavy cavalry unit with a massive attack bonus against infantry, so not exactly expecting to see it in this game, but one that also comes with a bit of strong base armor and also nullifies a lot of anti-cavalry armor, which maybe we will see, who knows? I'm always excited to see the unique units of the civilizations, especially on a map like Fortress, where everyone does already start with a castle of their own. Now, when the Byzantines finally do decide to advance to Imperial, they only pay 2/3 of the cost of doing so, which does allow them to invest those saved resources in upgrading those cataphracts even more by giving them trample damage and an even bigger attack bonus against infantry. Those are the two civilizations. Let's take a look at where we are. As we mentioned many times already, we are on Fortress. And one of the cool things about Fortress, aside from starting with 5 farms, a bunch of houses, a castle, a barracks, and 10 villagers, and walled off from your enemy, is the always fun positioning of the towers. And let's see where our Byzantine towers are positioned. One, okay, not the worst, not the greatest location for this one. Tower guarding the corner of the base. This one, at least, I guess, gets the gold a little bit. We've got a forward tower for Hera and a side tower on the other side of the base, very nicely securing the gold for him. And Mr. Yo already up to Feudal Age, plops down a market, plops down a blacksmith, so we know where he's rushing to with 600 food and 130 gold. Where are his towers? Oh man, this is a useless tower. There's no way Hera's coming in through this side to the right because it is forested, and to the left he'd I mean, never say never, but I don't expect an attack out of our Byzantine in this direction. Another tower in the backwards position, just missing the stone. Another tower on the same side, not really protecting anything. Forward towers, forget about it. Not even a single one, but a side tower does protect the gold a little bit. So overall, pretty wonky placements of backward towers for both, although Mr. Yo, with these two annoying side towers that don't really protect or do much of anything, is already heading up to Castle Age. Hera, with the exact same villager count, still needs a little bit more food and still needs to complete his market and his blacksmith. So by the time those complete, he will have, I mean, by the time I finish this sentence, he's going to have the requisite food to go up to castle, but he'll be about, what do we want to say, 35, 40 seconds behind his opponent once he does? Yeah, about 40 seconds or so behind his opponent. And let's take a look at the players, how much of the map they've explored. Hera has seen nothing. His scout inside the castle, healing up. Mr. Yo has seen even less than Hera. But remember, with Town Watch and Town Patrol for free, take a look at the Byzantine line of sight. Much, much better than the Mongol, which basically stops very close to the walls here, wherever there is no tower. Okay, so both players heading up to castle. Both players roughly the same villager count, 23, 25. And let's see if we can divine which direction our players want to go. It's kind of hard with no gold villagers for our Mongol at all. Is he just going to go scouts and light cav with their 30% extra HP on this enclosed map as he now begins most likely his search for relics? Hera, his scout's still in here. It looks like he's got pretty much 100% of his HP back. Hera also unreadable here. 44 seconds ahead of his opponent is Mr. Yo, who plops down a second town center. No third one just yet. Has he seen the relic close to home? Oh, how sour is that? How sour. It's literally 2 tiles over. And he has not seen it. Upgrading his lumberjacks. Hera, let's see the vision once he hits Castle Age. Let's see it pop up. Boom. Look at how much more vision you get automatically. Man, is that a cool feature of the Byzantines. They can just see you coming from a mile away. And let's see what he decides to do. Immediately plops down 2 town centers. So Mr. Yo hoarding 100 stone. Okay, never mind. Never mind at all. I guess he just needed to figure out where the hell to put this thing and get the requisite wood for it, because he is just plopping it down right in the forward position. Not too sure about this location. Very exposed here to the front. That being said, Mr. Yo is the first one out on the map, has seen the relic that's close to his base to the south. Hera, where is his scout? Is he still in the castle? Why is Hera being so passive in this game? Is he expecting a huge amount of aggression? I mean, I always like to say the Byzantines, they do like to take a beating. They can take an absolute wallop to the face. By the way, take a look at the HP on the castle, 6240 compared to 4800. That is just the 30% extra HP that the Byzantine structures come with now. Town center, 3120 compared to 2400 of his opponent. And that, by the way, applies to everything. It's not like the Persian feature that applies to docks and town centers. Their houses, 1170 HP compared to 900. Their walls, 2340 compared to 1800. So literally anything and everything that they build. Okay, does discover the other relic here, but again, super sour to miss this one. Will he discover it? Okay, he's pretty close to this one as well. Hera still not out on the map. He is now down 3 villagers. Right as I say that, his scout does start popping out. Can we please get an indication of which directions the players want to go? Not only are they not building any kind of military infrastructure, not only are they not training any units out of their castles, which they can very much do in Castle Age, not only are they not even putting down monasteries, but they're not even getting upgrades for their units. I mean, if you saw fletching, you'd know it's an archer play. If you saw forging, you know at least it's a melee play. Hera, now at the 14.5-minute mark, 15-minute mark of the game, has finally discovered where his opponent is located. Mr. Yo hasn't seen and probably doesn't care because he is very much on a relic scouting mission. Let's join in on Bob the Scout's line of sight and see if he discovers. Yeah, he's going to see the relic. I mean, remember, any other scout cavalry line unit in the game would not have seen that relic, because the 2 extra tiles of vision that the Mongols get on their scout cavalry line, man, does that extra line of sight help out. Oh, I thought I was going to say, funny enough, it's Hera who discovers the relic up here, but no, I'm not really too sure what Hera is doing. Both players just building up their economies. Are we going to just see one massive Titanic epic clash between these two? I wouldn't mind that at all. I mean, our Byzantine is going very heavy on the food. Both of them are 25 and 27 villagers apiece. Lots of wood. Wheelbarrow. Plow. So we are seeing an economic game at the moment from 2 civilizations that economically, I mean, I don't know. Aside from the discount going up to Imperial, Oh, look at this. Look at this. There we go. The first bit of action in the game. Hera manages to see that this scout is entering the rear position of his base, deletes his own wall, and then shores it up with a gate and a house. And now this tower that I was laughing at, and I mocked the positioning of this tower. Although I did say it was not terrible. It wasn't great. It's not this tower, for example. But it has spotted 42 HP to 45. Oh, we're going to have the first major conflict of the game at the 18-minute mark. Hera might want to draw this blue scout towards the tower. Okay, that's exactly what he's trying to do. Mr. Yo's not falling for it. He wasn't born yesterday, says the scout, although it looks like he will die first, Mr. Yo. That is sour. Had he upgraded this guy to a light cavalry unit, that extra HP that the Mongols get would have absolutely helped them wreck Hera's unit. I mean, light cav versus a scout obviously wins. I don't know why I stuttered at the obviously, but a fourth town center for our Mongol. Man, oh man, can somebody get some kind of military? Okay, finally, 2 Mangudai are out in their awesome blue color. There was recently a debate on Reddit. What color is the best for the Mangudai? And a lot of people love blue. I mean, it's easy to see why. What an absolutely gorgeous unit. And Hera, using that discounted Imperial Age uppage, is going up to Imperial. He is at the exact same army count, villager count as his opponent. And now 2 archery rangers are being plopped down. There's fletching. So I said, at least let us know which direction you're going. Okay, he's seen the Mangudai. So he knows he's made the right decision here, going some kind of archer unit against them. Although with the Byzantines, you never really know which direction. Pretty versatile civilization, not one that you can easily predict in my opinion. I mean, there's obviously, you guys know what my opinions about Age of Empires, what do we want to call them? Experts who know everything about everything and can predict to the T which direction the game will go, even though most casters I watch can never really predict 100% anything. But man, look at this. As we watch the Mangudai, I noticed that all of a sudden Hera's got 8 villagers on stone. Mysterio's got 9 villagers on stone. But the Byzantines, until you see their army on the field of battle, which is why you need scouting, they can go a bunch of different directions. They can go cheaper halberdiers, or rather cheaper, I guess in this stage, pikemen. They can go skirmishers. They've got a lot of options, and they're just missing blast furnace on their melee attack. So range is not a bad idea. They do get the full complement for their ranged units. Ooh, be careful here. Be careful here. Part of the annoying thing about Fortress as compared to a map like, for example, Arena, is that in Fortress, you actually have forests that create part of your wall off, which means that later on in the game, they might be very problematic to deal with as you lose control of. Nobody can micro 95, 85 villagers one at a time, especially not at this high level when they're just attacking each other. Okay, Hera's definitely going ranged units based on the upgrades we're seeing. And Mysterio looks like he's getting husbandry. Husbandry for what? He's got 2 Mangudai and a scout on the field. But as I was saying, unlike, ooh, look at that, kill count evened. Unlike Arena, where you'll never see a forest that creates part of your wall off, on Fortress it does create a bit of a interesting dynamic later on in the game as players either forget to wall it off or they just ignore it and they focus on their military completely. Mr. Yo with a bit of a back castle here. Interesting why he didn't place it, for example, here in front of the gold. This still exposes this gold patch. If Hera brings his skirmishers right here, he's got a wood line, he's got a gold line. Mr. Yo opting to go for a rear position. Hera says, forget the rear position. I want a full frontal, as it looks like he gunned down the scout and the Mangudai with these skirmishers. Should be 2 kills. Yeah, 2 kills on them. It says, forget the backwards. I am going absolutely forwards. Looks like a siege workshop got deleted there as a stable replaced it. And Mr. Yo sees all of it, by the way, and knows exactly what's coming for him. He's got another. Is he just going to pump out Mangudai? No, he's going Steppe Lancers. Yeah, we saw them recently, the Steppe Lancers of the Mongol taking on Turkish camels. But oh my god, are we going to have a repeat of the game we had a few days ago, a week ago? Man, time all blurs together, doesn't it? Doesn't it at all? Especially at the end of a weekend, the beginning of a new week. Man, does time stand still. or it either feels like it rushes by in a million years in a second, but while at the same time dragging out for a million years. Anyway, enough discussion of the German condition. This is not a 1950s, the human condition. This is not a 1950s German existentialism class. This is Age of Empires, and I'm hoping we're going to get to see camels versus steppe lancers again. But this time, I think the last one we saw was Mongol steppe lancers versus Turkish camels. Now we're going to get to see cheaper Byzantine heavy camels taking on elite steppe lancers. Yes, their HP jump is very big. It's a 20 HP jump when you go from basic to elite steppe lancer. I think from 60 to 80. We'll have to check my notes. We'll definitely have to check my notes, but I think it's 60 to 80 because the 30% extra bonus jumps from 18 to 24. Another, ooh, talk about King of the Hill Castle, Mount Olympus over here with this castle zoning out a lot of potential areas of attack by our Byzantine, who is now pushing into the base. This town center, which I thought was poorly placed, ends up being poorly placed and dies immediately. What are the upgrades? +1, +2. What are the camels? +1, +2. Although they're going to be +1, +3 in a second versus the +2, +2 of the steppe lancers. And was I right? Yeah. 80 plus husbandry plus the 24. Remember that the extra 30% of the Mongols, the HP doesn't apply after bloodlines. So it's not the base of 80 plus 20 and then 30%. It's the base of 80 that the 30% applies to, which is why their steppe lancers base model goes from 60 to 78. Even with bloodlines, it goes to 98 and not, 80 plus another 24, I guess the 104. Anyway, what I'm saying is the 30% applies before any kind of upgrades. 27 steppe lancers, 29 camels, a bombard, a trebs for both players. Hera has really just taken control of the center of the map, gets the heart-shaped gold here, but Mr. Yo's army is here. Unfortunately for him, it is half the size of Hera's. Now, fortunately for him, half of Hera's army is in skirmishers. Ooh, Mr. Yo says forget that. Let's see the vision of our Byzantine. He sees exactly where these steppe lancers are moving. Mr. Yo with a flanking castle as well that Hera sees. Man, oh man, were the first opening minutes of this game very, very much building up towards this. It's always, it's like right before it rains, you kind of can feel it in the air. You can smell the air. Your old bones hurt a little bit. The old arthritis starts kicking in. That's why I get the sense on closed maps when the players don't build anything for 20 minutes and just get their bases up and running massively. No one pushes in, no one tries to douche, no one tries to rush, no one tries to smush or plush or mush, whatever the hell. This is what we get. We get 43 steppe lancers against 45 heavy camels. Both of them now fully upgraded. One missing blast furnace, one missing the last armor upgrade that I always forget the name of, plate barding armor. But the skirmishers are a little out of position here. Okay, Mr. Yo just going completely to the other side of the army here. Oh, and look at Hera trying to teeth the relics with a supporting castle. What a badass move here, doing to Yo what Yo does to everyone else, but the Treb is exposed. The Treb is exposed, but the steppe lancers went the wrong way, and that 1 second of going the wrong way gave Hera the timing he needed in order to bring his camels back, but his castle is down. Relics are now free to be teefed yet again, pinched if you want to. Can we see a battle between these two already? Yes, here we go. I mean, you got to give this to the steppe lancers. It looks like they're outnumbering the camels 3-1 almost. Where the hell are the rest of Hera's camels? Oh my god, what an absolute disgusting bloodbath there. Mr. Yo feeling so confident. He's bringing in 4 trebs. Oh, I mean, come on, you're right behind your enemy treb. Oh, he's not going for that treb. He's going for the castle instead. Now, remember, I said in the beginning when I talked about the Byzantines, man, oh man, can they clog up the works? Hera producing 13 camels at once. Now, for you and me, those camels, I believe, would cost 55 gold, or rather 55 food and 60 gold. For him, 41 food, 45 gold, which is absolutely an insane discount, and Mr. Yo loses a central position his Step Lancer count down to 10. And with the loss of position comes the loss of these Trebs, which do not get the castle, even though they managed to knock HP down 5,000. Look at the HP of this castle, 8,000 compared to Mr. Yo's 48. Holy moly, can the Byzantines take up? I mean, tell me I'm wrong when I say they can take a punch to the face. It's absolutely insane. I mean, I fawn over the Teutons and their extra melee armor, but the Byzantines, with just sheer HP and cheapness of certain units, can absolutely take a beating. Castle going back up for Hera. Mr. Yo has expanded westward. Why the hell not? He's got a few defensive Step Lancers. If your opponent is pushing in, I'm surprised he's not. Oh, never mind. He's also expanding northwards. And his base has been breached entirely. Army count 61 to 33. Only 10 of that is now skirmishers. So Mr. Yo has managed to whittle down Hera's skirmisher count. Hera, he needs fortified walls. Why the hell is he getting fortified walls? Oh, he's trying to wall Mr. Yo in. Oh, damn. Going full Rorschach Watchman style. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. As he moves forward with these camels, I'm sure a bunch of them are going to be split off to kill the Trebs. And this is not where the camels want to be against the unit that can attack one behind the other. The camels are going to melt. But the Trebs are down. Oh, no. Hera's castle is down as well, though. A converted camel to the north, but look at Mr. Yo's Step Lancers. He's back to 33 of them. Absolutely decimated his units. What the hell are you attacking a farm? It looked like we're attacking one another. Almost like Roman style decimation. At the same time, though, a bunch of Step Lancers lose their lives here. One gets converted into the Byzantine army, as much as one heavy camel rider gets converted into the Mongol army. I'm stuttering here a little bit. What the hell's going on here? Hera, not realizing or not caring that his camels are going to be slaughtered, is positioning his army to the south. Has he seen any of this expansion? No, he hasn't. He's seen the town center. He's seen this mill. And now yet again, the camels just stop. They freeze. Where are they going? Two of them are left here. Are they attacking a wall? No, they're attacking the stable. But they're not Hindustani camels. They do not attack faster. And in they come. Camel versus Step Lancer. This time heavy, this time elite. Mr. Yo pulling back, wants to take the better engagement with better positioning. Unfortunately, this map is absolutely flat. So he's going to have to rely on speed rather than elevation to get any kind of attack bonus. And he is shredding Hera's army to pieces. Hera's army still twice the size. Manages to get Mr. Yo's Treb. Now there's a camel in here attacking. There's another camel raiding, but camels raiding are not exactly the fastest. And Mr. Yo, I mean, what the hell do you do here? You kind of have to engage. He's mixing in heavy camels of his own, but okay. I mean, nothing particularly special about Mongol camels. Oh my goodness. I mean, I say nothing special except that the Byzantine doesn't have bloodline, so the Mongol camels naturally just more tanky and more HP. But wow. Wow, just a set of engagements that ultimately, I mean, up until 3 minutes ago, this game was basically 50-50. I mean, the score would say otherwise, but militarily, it was basically 50-50, even though our Mongols' economy looks like it's being crashed. 57 kills by Hera of Mongol villagers. That is absolutely crazy. The Mongol has done to him what the Mongols in real life did to basically everyone, including the Byzantines, I guess, or whoever was in the Byzantine territory at the time. The Seljuk Turks, I guess. But man, oh man, 201 kills for our Byzantine, 188. But militarily, our Mongol did kill more. Not surprising, playing on the defensive with castles, shelling away. 2 kills for you. 11 kills for you. Any kills for you? Only 3. And this one must have 1 or 2. 4 as well. So yeah, the defender always expecting to have more kill count. But ultimately, I mean, would Mr. Yo have GG'd if he knew that his opponent was out of food and only 35 villagers on food? I mean, Hera, look at this. Absolute boss establishing control of the center. His settlement barely went outside of it. Barely had any need to. Mr. Yo has his base penetrated and so he has to expand in whatever direction is available to him. And his food count, his gold count, pretty damn low, so not quite easy to replace his units, and he's got to pay full price for his camels, whereas Hera, even though his camels are at 120 HP compared to 140, they're still 25% cheaper. And man, oh man, did we see a few epic battles here. I mean, like I said, up until a few minutes ago, the score would say one thing, but to me, this game was a big question mark. 124 Steppe Lancers, 172 Camels. Not a surprise when they come in at such a massive discount. Hera with his usual peak APM in the middle of the game. Mr. Yo also kind of beginning, middle of the game. Economically, I can't see them being too different. No, exactly. So about 10% difference in economy. Relic gold not really playing a role. Precious metals going to the Byzantines, including wood, and food going to our Mongol, which is a little surprising. I thought the food would have for sure gone to the Byzantine. Any conversions? No, we just saw the 2 and the 1. So not the end of the world. Players also didn't really make a big deal about going for the relics compared to a usual closed arena map. But that was an absolutely epic fun game. Anytime you see Steppe Lancers, Hera took a few absolutely terrible engages on this side, but that might have just been a distraction while he gutted the Treb base. I mean, there were 3 or 4 Trebs, and then look at this, still lined up like they're on parade. Not too sure why he lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 heavy camels here for literally no reason. Not that it matters with that Byzantine discount. It is Hera who just pushes, shoves his way literally up the guts of Mr. Yo's settlement, who takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.